Hey guys, I'm back with a little bit of a short video, but I got Hollidaysburg 99% done, and I got some temporary LED lighting put in. All I have left is a siding back here. So Hollidaysburg, the Samuel Ray shops, they would have uh, sheets of metal, like steel slabs, stuff like that, delivered. So there's going to be this area that's open will have, it'll have all sorts of stuff for the shops. I got to do a little bit more research to figure out how I want the loads to look because it's mainly gondolas. But the way this works is you come from back here, there's a switch there, and this front track is part of a runaround with this track. So you actually pull in on the second runaround, go down to the end, back around, grab cars from the end, use that runaround, and switch the sidings to the right first. Then you'll come up here, pull everything out of that end, shove it on the front track, which by this point, the first thing you do actually shove the caboose at that end, so it's already at the correct side. Then you pull all your cars and you shove them on the front track and you're ready to go. So it is a bit of a puzzle to switch this, but I really like the area. The only thing I don't like, I'm kind of getting tired of these ground throws because while they work well, they look too big. I'd like to find something smaller. I mean, it says HO scale when I ordered them, and I've seen other people use them, but they look a little too big for me, and it forces me to change. I have track in between these two switches because of the clearance point of this ground throw. With a smaller one, I could have had this switch back more, and then this runaround would be a little bit closer because there's more space between these two tracks than these two. So I'm not sold on the ground throws that I've been using for years. But I also have actually originally got the LED strip light for one of my lizard tanks to light it up better, but I decided to use it on the layout first. It's got a little remote so I can change the lighting. You can do different lighting. I like that one. That gives it more of an incandescent look. I can change how the intensity of it. There's a lot of things I can do with that little remote. It's amazing what $10 or $20 worth of I think it's a 10-foot strip of LEDs, what that can do. So this is the view at the end of the layout. You can see the runaround there. You can probably hear my cat meowing in the basement there. And I don't know exactly how I'm going to have the traffic go yet as I knock off a bumper. I got to screw these in so that they actually stay so I won't have cars coming off the end. But you got these two sidings, the runaround here, the third runaround in the back, a couple sidings over there, and then Hollidaysburg shops. So the shop buildings will be probably over these two tracks. They'll go along the front, and then I'll probably have a wall on here. This will be like another part of the shop building. So maybe there'll be a door or something here, and you drop off a box car loaded with machine parts for Hollidaysburg. But I really like how this came together. It looks pretty good. It looks better than, what is that cat doing? I can hear him. It looks better than what the yard looks like. There's a couple. What the hell is that cat doing? There's a couple things in the yard I gotta change again, but this time it's because so what I did is I made cheap car cards because I didn't want to make my permanent ones yet, and I've been running the layout, and I don't really like the flow of traffic right now through the yard. I guess maybe I'll show that quickly. So the flow of the traffic through the yard, while the yard looks pretty good, having two arrival departure tracks doesn't I just don't have enough space. So I'm actually gonna change the yard again a little bit, not much. I'm just gonna take out that switch and have 3 arrival departure tracks and 3 classification tracks. It'll look like one big yard, which I like for westbound stuff. Even though I may have a little more arrival departure tracks than most people would on their layout compared to classification tracks, it'll work much better this way. And then that way, I don't have the coal track back there. I can have the empty coal track because you're going westbound up the curve on one of these arrival departure tracks. So it'll just be as simple as, you pick up empty hoppers from the paper mill, from the depot, from Altoona, from all over the place, and you bring them back to the arrival departure tracks, and you'll load up the arrival departure. Once the arrival departure track is full, you take the coal train up Horseshoe Curve, and you go over to the coal mine, which would be above Hollidaysburg. My next video, I'm not sure when that'll be because I have to go down to do training. So I work on a railroad, and I got to do training out of state for about 10 days sometime this month. So I probably won't have anything else till March, but at least I'm starting to make some more progress. But until next time, I'll see you guys later.